ちは。初めての方は初めまして、そうではない方はまたお会いできて嬉しい限りです。うさみねねこと申します。今回で最終回です。このままだとさすがに日常生活に影響が出てくると思った2人は話し合った結果、最初に5億個のじゃがいもを獲得した人が勝利ということに決めました。2人の会話をしたハイピクスの管理人は、勝利した人に特別な商品を与えるとコメントを残し、戦いを白熱化させようとしました。この人明らかに面白がっていますね。前回も言った通り、ペットのウサギは最高レベル100までになります。そして先に100レベルのウサギを手に入れたのはテクノではなくスクイッキーでした。世の中には優しい人がたくさんいますからね。
Oh my, oh my. You know who doesn't have a level 100 pet? Yikes, he has a level 99 rabbit pet. He's poor. It's only level 99. I'm screaming. Ah!
そこでテクノが目につけたのは
Rabbit pets can boost other people's minions if you're visiting their islands as a guest. But minions can only get boosted by one rabbit at a time, so you can't just get 20 accounts with rabbit pets for infinite potatoes. But the third thing I found was the most interesting, and this is what Squid Kid didn't know. If there's multiple rabbit pets on the same island, which one boosts the minions? You'd think it'd be the strongest one, but it's not. If there's multiple rabbits, the minions will be boosted by the one belonging to whoever's been on the island the longest. So, hypothetically speaking, if someone went to their island with their level 100 rabbit when someone was already there with a level 1 one, they wouldn't get their rabbit's 30% boost, they'd get the level 1 0.3% boost.
少しわかりにくいかもしれませんが、たとえあなたがその島の主だとしても、他の訪問者があなたより島にいる時間が長い場合、その訪問者のペットの方が優先的に発動されます。発動条件が分かっていれば、次にやることは一つしかありません。そう、まだ放置の時間です。テクノはレベル1のウサギを持った別アカウントをスクイッキの島に放置しました。でも、さすがに怪しまれるじゃないのか？いや、全く。あれからスクイッキッをからかうだけのために毎日もたくさんの訪問者がスクイッキッの島に訪れては放置を繰り返していたので、知らない名前のユーザーが一人増えたところで、それがテクノのものだとわかるはずもありませんでした。しかし2週間後、スクイッキの島は全ユーザー訪問禁止になりました。テクノのウサギトラップがバレたと思いきや。
So Squid says he closed his island because someone filled his potion system with rookie axes. A common trolling method in Skyblock is to fill people's inventories with useless items like boats. But the rookie axe is even worse for players like Squid Kid who use the Skyblock add-ons mod, which has a feature which makes it very difficult to drop tools out of your inventory. The point is to stop people from accidentally dropping weapons worth millions of gold, but it also applies to the rookie axe sold in shops for 12 coins. So basically, someone dumping a ton of rookie axes into your hopper system is the worst thing someone can do to you in Skyblock.
理由が別にあったとしても、さすがに怪しい。
Now, I've always been interested in psychology. In fact, I almost majored in it. So after 6 months of stalking Squid Kid, I developed a bit of a psychological profile of this man. I know how he talks. I know how he thinks. And when I saw this tweet, I instantly knew that this man was lying. Now, don't get me wrong, I completely believe that somebody dropped rookie axes into his hopper system, because it was me, but that's not the real reason he closed his island. After all, I'd been dropping rookie axes into his hoppers for weeks, but he sent that tweet 8 minutes after he kicked my ult. So I get to thinking, why would Squid lie about that? And I realize Squid knows I monitor his tweets, but what he doesn't know is that was my alt account. From his perspective, that could have been some random guy with a rabbit, and if that was the case, I'd have no idea rabbits could be used that way. As such, him lying in that tweet could only mean one thing. He's about to sabotage me!
すべてはテクノの見通しでした。自分の島にスクイッキッが絶対に来ると分かったテクノは訪問者を一人一人確認するとあっさり見つけました。一回だけでは諦めきれず別のアカウントを作り、もう一度テクノの島に忍び込んでみたものの
I don't have any proof that this account is him, but look at that username Stinky Bozo. That's a pretty unusual word. In fact, I've only heard one person say it.
Bozo. You are a bozo. Bozo. Nice one, bozo. You're a frickin' bozo.
その後もスクイッキッドの島は訪問禁止に設定されていたままなので、ウサギトラップはもうできなくなってしまいましたが、ウサギはただのカモフラージュに過ぎませんでした。
You might recall from the first Potato War video that minions behave differently dependent on whether there's people on the island or not. Because if no one's on the island, Hypixel's not going to waste resources keeping that server online, so they're going to close the server. And then when you come back, they're going to go, oh, well, it's been 7 hours. It's going to run a calculation and give you 7 hours worth of stuff. But as we've seen before, that calculation isn't perfect. So I ran an experiment, and in the experiment, I found that when someone's on my island, I get 10% more potatoes. And there was only one thing boosting my minions by 10%. The farm crystal. The farm crystal is an external buff, so it's not included in the offline calculation. So if there's at least one person on my island and Squid's island is empty, I'd get 10% more potatoes. Now it was easy to get people to AFK on my island. What was difficult was getting people off of Squid's island. You see, even months after the first Potato War video came out, when the initial hype was starting to die down a bit, there would be at least one of my own viewers AFK on Squid's island every night, you know, as a joke. Sometimes I would be on Squid's Island on an alt account and I'd see someone say in the chat, I'm gonna go AFK to help Technoblade win the Potato War, and I'd beg them, I'd be like, no dude, please, he fixed that months ago, that doesn't hurt him anymore, and they'd be like, I'm helping, and AFK all night. Squid Kid was getting boosted by my own viewers and there was nothing I could do to stop them, because what was I gonna do? Announce that AFK and helped him? Then even more people would AFK! I realized that the only way to stop this from happening would be to get Squid to close his own island to visitors, without him realizing that that's what I wanted all along. It took 4 long months, but it finally happened.
ウサギトラップはあくまでスクイッキッが自ら島を訪問禁止にさせるための手段で、彼は知らずのうちに自分のミニオンの効率を落としていたのです。そしてテクノは突然カボチャを育て始めました。
But wait a minute, Technoblade. That's the wrong vegetable. Wait. What do you mean it's a fruit?
Hypix は大型マルチサーバーとして安定性を維持するために時々サーバーをリセットします。その時、動きのない放置プレイはサーバーから追い出されるので、もちろんのことですが、ウサギの効果も切れてしまいます。テクノはそれを防ぐために島をギルドメンバーのみ訪問できるように設定し、それぞれ100レベルのウサギを与えることで、テクノがノックアウトすると別のギルドメンバーがロックインし、ウサギの効果を切れないようにしていました。その頃、スクイッキッというと、
He started sleeping with his headphones on and had his goons wake him up via Discord call whenever his alt left his island. As someone with a Discord bot tracking his online activity, I can tell you right now that that man is telling the truth. He was waking up multiple times per night.
もうすごいとしか言いようがありません。手動でジャガイモを収穫するとき、どうしても避けられない2つの問題点があります。
The reason farming potatoes by hand is so inefficient is because when you break potatoes, they don't grow back. So 2/3 of the time you spend on farming is spent replanting the potatoes you just harvested.
スクイッキッズはその問題を解決するためにいろいろ試しましたが、失敗で終わりました。
I should be able to plant 5 at the same time. Why is it so
Dang.
slow? It takes forever.
そこでテクノは、
You see, back in January, I had an idea. What if I had the minions plant for me? At the time, this wasn't practical for 2 reasons. One, I didn't have enough farming bonuses for it to be worth sacrificing the minions' normal output, but this was solved when I got farming level 50. Secondly, potato minions were simply too slow. But since then they've buffed flycatchers, added the rabbit pet, and added foul flesh, a new fuel source which buffs minion speed by 90%. Even then, the potato minions weren't quite fast enough to keep up. But I thought to myself, if they're only going to be planting, they don't need to waste an upgrade slot on a super compactor. So I spent another 250 million coins to get 48 total flycatchers. Squid and I both started farming potatoes, but his method could get at most 200,000 potatoes per hour, whereas my method with double flycatchers, even after subtracting the amount the minions would have made themselves, could get 410,000 potatoes per hour.
手動収穫の問題点まで解決したテクノは間違いなく勝利は自分の方にあると疑いませんでした。あの日が来るまで。
June 6th, things go very wrong! It was just a small update with a few quality of life changes, you know, like an enchantment which replants crops, after you farm them, and an item which automatically compacts items in your inventory so you don't have to spend time on that. You know, two minor changes which just so happen to buff Squid's farming method from 200,000 potatoes to 1.2 million. And my farming method becomes worthless.
このアップデートは今まで手動収穫に精を出してきたスクイキッズにとってはありがたいことなのですが、テクノにとってはありがた迷惑でした。もう諦めるしかないのか、こんなに頑張ったのにもう諦めるしかないのか。いや、テクノには諦めという言葉が存在しません。テクノはすぐさま自分のジャガイモ畑を好調し、ほとんどの時間をジャガイモに捧げました。どうしても手を離さないといけないこともありましたが、
I had to go to the store the other day. I had to interrupt my potato farming because my dad was like, hey, can you go to the store and pick up my medicine? And I was like, can I really tell him that I'm not getting his medicine because I need to farm potatoes? Can I really? Look, I'm an atheist, but when God sends me to hell, I want him to hesitate, okay? I want him to hesitate for a few seconds.
結果としてテクノは88万という大差でスクイッキに勝ちました。毎日8時間でジャガイモを収穫したスクイッキに対し、彼は毎日11時間も使いました。勝利を勝ち取ったテクノにご褒美としてハイピクスから唯一無二のポテト王冠を贈られ、最後は負けてしまいましたが、ここまで頑張ってきたライバルに敬意を。
Oh my gosh! He's doing a little emote on me. Oh my, not like this. Come on. Was this necessary?
Watch me dance, Squid Kid, you lose! You lose the war!
テクノブリはとても優しくて、いつもみんなを笑顔にする面白い人でした。どれほど時間が経ったとしても、自分は決して彼のことを忘れたりしません。2022年7月1日、テクノブリのチャンネルからこんな動画が投稿されました。やあみんな、俺はテクノブリだ。もし君がこの動画を見ているのなら、俺はもうこの世にいないのだろう。最後に少しだけみんなと話そうじゃないか。俺の本当の名前はアレックス。2016年で削除された動画で兄弟が俺のことをデビーと呼んで、あれは俺にとっては最高にできたいたずらだった。ネット上にいる変人どもはみんな信じて、最近の調子はどうだって言うと自信満々に言ってたな。去年全く動画を投稿できなくてごめんな。でも俺のグッズを買ってチャンネルメンバーになってくれたみんなにはとても感謝してる。兄弟たちが大学に行きたいだって、もし本当に行きたいのなら好きにすればいいし、こんないなくなったお兄ちゃんを気にせずにどんどん前へ進んでほしい。俺が言いたいことはこれで全部だ。今まで応援してくれたみんなありがとうな。もしも生まれ変わっても、俺は何度でもテクノブリとして生まれ変わりたいんだ。とても楽しい人生だったから、俺の動画が誰かを笑顔にしていたのかな。みんながずっと長く生きて幸せの人生を送れるように祈っておくよ。俺はみんなのことが大好きだから。テクノブリより。海外ではアルファベットの O と数字の7で O7 という兵士が敬礼するポーズを表し、敬意を払うという意味があります。もしテクノの動画を見て本当に面白いと思った方は、ぜひ彼のコメント欄にこの O7 を残してください。テクノブリの魂はいつでも私たちの心にあります。私たちが彼のことを覚えている限り、テクノブリはずっとここにいます。彼がいつも言ってるその言葉のように、テクノブリは不滅だ。